an answer on that and come back to it. Let's take a look at Palm Beach County. We continue to only have a scattering. We have a couple precincts in these places. I'm just looking to see where we have not yet checked. Let's see, did we look at Lee County earlier? Again, I think we did. The question here is, can Trump get up to 59%? All right, I'll continue to monitor these and let you know if we got a little bit more, Rachel.
Steve, let me follow on with that. And Joy, let me ask you as well. It's been so focused on Florida. Is there any reason to expect something special about Broward in terms of why they would report their proportions so different compared to other counties?
Well, Broward, unfortunately, my former county where I used to live, they tend to report a bit slowly versus the rest of the state. And Broward is one of those true blue counties that is a bellwether for Democrats. They call it the sixth borough because there's so many New Yorkers who live there.
Okay. You
rarely hear a Southern accent in Broward. You hear a lot of New York accents. Broward underperformed a lot in 2016. It came in toward the bottom in terms of turnout. And that was a big problem for Hillary Clinton. It was also a problem in 2018 for Andrew Gillum. That when Broward underperforms, Democrats underperform. When it overperforms, and what I was hearing today is that Broward is potentially going to hit 80% turnout. That's their projection. Miami-Dade was hoping for the same thing. And
that's
that Broward
did, isn't it?
It's really high.
Yeah.
And Broward tends to sometimes, I mean, they can do, when Obama ran, the 08 and 12, Broward was one of the best performing counties. But it tends to be better performing for Barack Obama personally than it has been for other Democrats. Miami-Dade was also hoping for a big turnout. It was actually quite light. And that was one of the big concerns for the campaign today, that Miami-Dade was super light. But Broward was strong, mail-in and early. So I'm not surprised it's
And the reason that I'm singling it out is because you're looking, so like here Miami-Dade, that's 84% in, right? There are a lot of these other counties that we're getting large numbers of votes in. They're in that proportion, but that's not what we're seeing from Broward. Let's go back to Steve.
Yeah, they tend to be bits.
We just got 1 million votes in Miami-Dade County. This is a biggie, and take a look at what we're seeing here. Let me try to clarify this screen for everybody. We got about 1 million votes in. That's the bulk of the vote we're going to get from Miami-Dade County. Joe Biden is leading here. His lead is only 9 points. This is significant because we've been asking, has President Trump made inroads with Hispanic voters, particularly Cuban-American voters in South Florida, in Miami-Dade County? This 54-45, remember, this is a county that Hillary Clinton won by 30 points in 2016. Now, again, we think this is primarily, I believe, early vote you're looking at here, because, again, the vast majority of the vote we know is going to be cast early. There may be a scattering of some same-day precincts that are part of this as well. But, again, I think this is, we were looking, was the Miami-Dade number for Biden going to be lower substantially than the Hillary Clinton number? There is still room here, and I want to get clear on what's to come in Miami-Dade. There's still room for this to grow a bit, but my preliminary look at this is there have been inroads that Donald Trump has made with Cuban-American voters, very likely, in Miami-Dade County. Again, this is an enormous county. They've just reported out 1 million votes, and Donald Trump right now, it looks like he is running above his 2016 number. You could just take a look at the statewide total right now that is starting to take shape. I'm just going to go north to Broward and see if we got any more. I asked about Palm Beach. We're still waiting on that. Did we get any more out of Orange County? All right, I'll keep looking at these and stop talking to myself, but that's the big update.
The big update in Miami-Dade, that's huge,
well, and
right?
I mean, that's... We were talking in the break that what I've been hearing anecdotally is that there are issues with the mail-in vote in Miami-Dade because it's unusually low. It's not just low, meaning disappointing for Democrats. It's low. So, and even the numbers that Steve was just showing there, Miami-Dade is a massive county. The bulk of the Democratic strategy is Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, particularly West Palm Beach, and Hillsborough County, where it's Tampa, St. Pete. That is normally where they win elections. The rest of it looks all red when you go back and look at Florida. But if you're getting such low, that's what people found unusual today.
Let's go to Brian.
Forgive me, as I will ask every time we hear that sound, which means we have a call, and here it is. His first inroad into New England, as expected. Joe Biden has been awarded, by our projection, the state of Vermont. We'll go to the national map. There we are, the road to 270. One each at this hour, coming up on 7:19 Eastern. Back to the east end of our studio and the ongoing conversation already in progress. Rachel?
Indiana and Vermont. So if you had those on your bingo card in terms of drama.
Surprise!
3 more states right now. Let's take a look at Virginia. 13 electoral votes very, very early. Trump is ahead of Biden by about 3,000 votes, 69% to 30% for Biden, very early in Virginia. Also very early in South Carolina. Trump is ahead there by some almost 700 votes, 63.3% to 36.7%. And Trump is also ahead in Kentucky, but 15% of the estimated vote in Kentucky is now in. Trump is ahead by about 35,000 votes, 54.1% to 44.3% from Biden. Let's go over to John King over at the Magic Wall. Let's take a look at the big picture first, and then I want to focus in on Florida, Florida, Florida.
The big picture is the question of the night. Can Joe Biden flip states that were Donald Trump states in 2016? Can Joe Biden flip them? Well, that would be a flip. Again, it's early. That would be a flip. Again, it's early. The president right now leading in Virginia, but it's a very early count. If the president could pull off that, that would be a dramatic story. We expect Joe Biden to win Virginia. It's very early and light in the votes. But these would be two big ones right there. New Hampshire and Vermont, we expect to stay. Kentucky and Indiana. South Carolina is closer than we thought. But at the moment, very early, everybody needs to be careful about this. But at the moment, this is what Joe Biden wants to do. He flips these states here. We know we might have to wait. Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. If they're close, we might have to wait, especially on Pennsylvania. That could be a day or three. However, if Joe Biden wins that, he'll rest comfortably waiting for that. So let's take a look at Florida as we go through it. Again, this one is always a roller coaster. So what you see now doesn't mean the lead won't change. When you were here last time, Wolf, it changed as we were speaking. But right now, Joe Biden at 50%, Donald Trump at 49% when you round up. 62,394 difference in a giant state where both candidates got more than 4.5 million votes last time. So we're going to be at this a while. But if you're the Biden campaign, you're looking at this map. Number one, you're winning Hillsborough County, which is Tampa. You like that. You're winning Pinellas County, which is St. Pete. You like that. That's where you want to be. This is how you finish. You finish your race in Florida across the I-4 corridor. You get started, if you're a Democrat, by winning down here. And if you're Joe Biden, and we'll say this, as we're early in the count, this is somewhat concerning. But it could be the quirks of 2020. Donald Trump thinks he can do better down here with Cubans, with other Latino votes, especially Latino men. We'll see if that's the case. The Democrats were worried about African Americans in Miami-Dade County. We'll see if that's the case. 84% in right now, 54 to 45. If you go back in time, this was a much bigger win for Hillary Clinton, right? 64% if you round up to 34%. So this is something to watch. The Democrats, this is their basket where they need to run it up. So we'll see. And if you don't run it up here, you need to offset it somewhere else. That's one of the trade-offs in this campaign. We know Trump may perform better among African Americans, especially among Latino men. Joe Biden's performing better with white, blue-collar workers and with senior citizens. So we're going to go through the trade-offs throughout the night. But this right now, if you come back to 2020, Joe Biden would like that to be a little higher. We're at 84% right now. We believe most of this is Election Day voting, today voting here. So we're waiting for early vote as well. That might help Joe Biden. If Democrats disproportionately banked early in Miami-Dade, we'll see as we go through. You move up to Broward. This is more what Joe Biden wants it to look like. But again, you see that at 16% right there, 75%. You go back for the comparison, 66%. So he's overperforming at the moment Hillary Clinton by percentage.
Trump just took the lead in Florida if you go statewide.
So you pull back out. And again, this is going to be a roller coaster by 28,000 votes, right? And so this is what we're going to do. And what's happening? This is again, trademark for this president. Look at the smaller counties, right? You see all that filling in red? Not a lot of people live here. If you look at it, it's 184 to 83 there. You come over here, 584 to 207, you think at home, well, that's only a few votes. When you have 10, 15, 20 counties, and you're doing that, 200 here, 20 there, 1,000 there, that's how Donald Trump gets his math in a lot of states with these smaller counties like this. Interesting,
look at this, John, 41% of the estimated vote in Florida is now in. Look at how close it is.
Florida's close. That is not breaking news. That part is not breaking news. But it's incredible because just as you were here last time it flipped, you were here this time it flipped. We expect Florida to flip. So you're looking at key things. Number one, for the president, that Collier County is coming in for Trump. That's a good thing for the president. That's what he needs. The southwest part of the state tends to be more conservative, 77%. But look how low we are here. So we got a long way to go here. We're just a couple hundred votes, 300 votes, and some change there. So see if that holds up for the president right here. But you pull up right here. But I just want to come up here. This would be a huge deal. This would be a huge deal. Duval County is Jacksonville, up here in the top part of the state. President tends to win once you get out of the urban areas. But this is, again, one of the fast-changing areas all across America. But in the Sun Belt states like Florida, you have the city and the suburbs around it, 75%. You see Joe Biden at 54%, the president at 45% if you round up. This was a Trump win, just barely. But Donald Trump narrowly carried the suburbs 4 years ago. He's expected to lose the suburbs this time. By how much could determine who wins the presidency tonight. So if you watch Duval County right here,